Hi guys. Today I'm going to show you how I made this really cute water shaker card. You can see the water in there. See, it shivers and shakes and has bubbles and everything. So I'm going to show you how I made this. Okay, we're using the Seaside Shore stamp set. And this is a really cute set in the annual catalog. I know we've been focusing a lot on the occasions catalog, and we've kind of forgotten our friends here in the annual catalog that are really great to use. So I pulled this one out and I made this shaker card, and I wanted to show you how I did it. Okay, so starting off with some Whisper White. I started with a half sheet, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 to get my card base. Okay. Then I have a second piece that is cut at the same size. Well, not the same size. It's cut at 5.5 by 4 1/4, so it fits completely over the card base like this. Okay. Then I have a second piece cut the exact same, and I'm using that for a mask. Okay, so to get the circle, I did cut that using the layered circle framelits, and I used the non-scalloped, the second to the largest, this one right here. Okay, so the largest one is in here. This is the second to largest up here in this corner. And cut out the circle. And to save time, I actually did both my mask and my card front ahead. So on the card front, I went ahead and I stamped my sentiment, hoping your day goes swimmingly, and I did the rope. And then using my aqua painter and the lid of my ink pad, the Sahara Sand, I just painted and colored my rope. Okay, then I took a 3.5 inch square piece of window sheet and I tacked that down with my Fast Fuse. I love this adhesive. This is awesome, strong adhesive. This is great for when you're doing dimensional things or anything that you really want good, strong hold, because often the snail is great, but when you have anything that has any real weight to it, it can let go, where this is more apt to hang on nice and tight for you. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside because this card front is done, this piece. Now I want to bring in my mask and my card base. And I'm going to line my mask up on my card base, nice and even. I do have some temporary adhesive on the back here. There we go, nice and even. I'm going to bring that in like this. I want my Marina Mist ink pad. And you're going to want a sponge dauber or a sponge. I happen to be using my Tim Holtz mini blending tool. I just happen to like the handle on it instead of getting my fingers all inky from the sponge. But those work just as well. And I'm just going to sponge on some color. I'm going to start off onto my mask and work my way into the circle. And that just helps blend the color a little better. And I apologize if I'm shaking the camera. Try to keep a nice light hand and not get too heavy. These interactive cards are fun to do, and they go over really well to your recipient. They have fun playing with them. I have fun playing with them. I don't know about you, but... Alright, so now I've got my Marina Mist water, I guess you could call that. And I'm just going to set my Marina Mist aside because we are going to use that again in a few minutes. Now I'm going to bring in my little seagrass and I want my basic archival black ink, and I'm going to stamp my seagrass. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp it right about there. Okay. I do like to wash off the archival ink pretty quickly because it does have a tendency to stain. It's a good permanent ink. Now I'm going to bring in my little seashell, also using the archival black. And the reason I'm using the black instead of other color, like maybe Sahara sand or something, behind the blue water, you want it to stand out, and those colors I think would get lost in there. So hence I'm using the archival black so that it stands out. And now I want to bring in my little starfish. Okay. Clean that. Alright. And we need our bubbles. And I like to lay my fish about where I think he's going to land when I put him in there, just so I can kind of get an idea where I want my bubbles to come from. So I have an idea now. We'll get the fish out of here. And we're just going to lay them bubbles right about there. Okay. So, close that up. We're going to close up our black ink. And we're going to bring in our aqua painter. Okay, and the aqua painter is just a paintbrush basically that has a hollow barrel that you can fill with water to do your coloring. And I am bringing in wild wasabi to do my grass. And I just like to squeeze my ink pad to put a little pool of ink there in the lid. And I like to have a paper towel nearby because you don't want a ton of water in here. Okay? So if you start getting too watery, you can just dab it onto your towel to absorb some of that water. And then I'm just coloring in my grass. And you'll notice it does a fine job going over the blue. And clean off. I just dab it onto the towel until it comes clean. Close this up. And we need our Marina Mist again because we are going to darken up those little bubbles. Again, taking our aqua painter, picking up the blue. Off the pen and close this up. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and remove our mask, and now you'll see that we have our little fish tank there with our scenery. I'm going to bring back my archival ink and my scrap Whisper White. And we're going to stamp our fish. Where's Mr. Fish? Okay, we're going to bring our fish back in. And we're just going to stamp him down. Clean off the ink. And then using a Calypso Coral along with our aqua painter. Squeeze that into the little lid. Got a nice pool here. And again, we're just going to color him in, and then we're just going to fussy cut him with our paper snips. But I won't make you watch me do that. Actually, I'm not even going to make you watch me color this because I have a fish all ready to go and fussy cut. See? So we'll set that aside for another project. Put that there. We're going to bring our card back in. And I'm just going to take a dimensional and I'm going to pop up the little fish where I'd like to see him. Right here with his bubbles. See? Alright, now to the fun part. We're going to bring back in our card front here. Okay? I'm going to lay it here. Let's set this aside. And this is where you're going to bring in our foam strips. These are great for making our shaker cards. They have a little extra oomph to them. They're a little thicker than the dimensionals. And as you can see, they're nice long strips. So I am just going to, well, actually I don't want to put it up along the side. I want to run it along the side here. That's where it's the longest. Bring my snips over here. And run it along the bottom. Grab another strip. These you can find in the annual catalog. They are really handy. Like I said, I really am glad they came out with these. They're perfect for shaker cards. And run this right up there. Perfect. Alright, maybe it's a little sticky, but that's alright. Okay. Now, for the water, I added into a little 3x4 bag, and I will link these to a source from Amazon actually where you can get these little 3x4 bags, but you can also find them in your local Walmart in the craft section. I've seen them where they make the jewelry making supplies. They're just a little 3x4 Ziploc bag, and as you can see, let me see if I can get this where you can see it better. Maybe if I put this behind it. There you go. Now you can see. I'm about 1/4 full. You don't want to fill this too much with water because you don't want this to burst. You want it to kind of flatten out a little bit, and you want to make sure you get as much air out of it as possible, which I have not done that yet. I just put the water in so I could be a little bit more prepared when I sat down here to do this with you. And then what I did is I took a little drop of the Marina Mist re-inker to color it. So now you have your nice blue ocean water. Okay, so I'm going to open this up because I have to burp it anyway. And I'm just going to add one little drop of re-inker to color it. So just be careful you don't get too messy here. So, as I was saying, just a little bit of re-inker, and now I'm just going to make sure I get all the air out of it. There. Now it should lay pretty flat, as you can see. And now I'm just going to lay it in there. And I'm just going to bring in some masking tape. And that's the other trick. You want to make sure that you're not putting your masking tape where you can see it through your little window there. So it's too high up. Let's bring that down. Okay. There. The tape gives it a little extra protection from opening up. And then we're just going to set it down there. Just there. Okay, now we should be good. So there's your water shaker. Now we're just going to peel off all of these little, let me close up my ringer before I make a mess. And then line it up onto our card base. This is the fun part right here. I can't see. There you have it. We have our little fishy shaker card. That's it.